lot more worrying for the opposition. This time it will be 665. Yet to be seen, of course, as we load back onto Rift for our second series of the day, BYG versus DCG.
I could see a world where if Beyond falls behind early game here, it's going to be really hard to kill anything.
Yeah.
They're not particularly tanky on DCG, but it's maybe a low damage comp. Hard to get on targets as well.
Okay, it is the first strike for Taco. He's building up his heat bar, and I wonder if he knows that driver's in that bush to try and trade on him early. Obviously, if you are able to overheat early and just auto attack against the Udyr, you likely come out on top.
Yeah, I would imagine. Halo
Although
Blades
I've seen
Varus.
crazier stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like the level 2 Udyr beating a level 3 Lee Sin just walking into his jungle.
Yep, that does come to mind. All the level 3 Udyr surviving for about 30 seconds and giving Junji a double kill.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen this Udyr do ridiculous things. You kind of just want to stay away from it in the early game.
And I think, yeah, first strike plays to that. And as you touched on, of course, Halo Blades on the Varus means we will have a lethality Varus here.
Yep. See if he can get through this lane.
He really has to. I think this should be a fairly good lane for the Varus and Xayah. Now, Driver's invaded the entirety of the top side and is very well aware that Xin Zhao started bottom. Now, they don't know which camp. Obviously, he did start on the Wolves.
Yeah, he's going to be back in time for XP at least.
Yeah.
And he's looking to trade right away.
He just doesn't really care and jumps on in there. Trades early do go in favor of...
Our Driver got chunked.
Yeah.
It looks like Taco did overheat.
Yeah, it did absolutely, and just wailed on him. But now Turtle Stance is unlocked, so Driver's going to be feeling completely okay. Very cool champion.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gone from, you know, like maybe 10% HP back up to half.
He's about to have another empowered Turtle Stance.
As Zyra is out of mana. Pops a biscuit. Should be okay.
Yeah. Do have to worry about that on some of these mage supports in the early stages of the game, but certainly as levels come through, it becomes less of a problem to the point where pretty much you never have to worry now. Xin Zhao, very strong early game. Is he going to find his way onto 116? No, it's played nice and safe there by the Jace. Get himself out of any potential danger. Yep. Very important that you don't die, of course. You are the champion that should be, for the majority of it, the time, getting priority in the mid lane.
Yep. Yeah, he's actually going to help Corki get Prio cross over into his red side jungle. I can imagine he's going to be going for a gank on Udyr. I think he's probably just going to full clear into Crab.
Ooh, Flash coming out of Tide now. Fing's also going to have to pop that cleanse as Ignite did come through there by Orca. And again, Orca is completely out of mana. Nice dodge on that empowered piercing arrow. Means that Fing won't take any excess damage there. But it was Flash lost and Husha in the area.
Yep, there's the Kalista Renata lane putting pressure on. Tide is doing pretty well though. He's full HP. Just about. Gonna be able to farm up. Not under too much pressure himself, but without the flash and Maokai on his side of the map, Xin, you know, nowhere to be seen for quite a while probably.
Ooh, Chris Carter, very, very low here. Should have to be going back and will. Likely has enough gold, definitely has enough gold to pick up a tier.
Yeah.
So not the worst back, but of course you will be significantly weaker. And here we see we are playing red side and we are on the bottom lane. It's going to be Husha coming round. It means that BYG are very comfortable to start playing far more aggressively. Flash forward, handshake into the first blood for Feng.
Yeah, not the end of the world. Orca maybe could have reacted with the flash immediately. Maybe just didn't respect it. Yeah, as we're going to see, Renata's going to flash onto Zyra here.
Red side bot lane.
Yeah. Actually, really smart path. He just goes the entire way around. Dodges all the wards. Stay true lands the Q, and yeah, there's not much. I don't think, even if Maokai's not here, I don't think Varus can trade back a kill ever.
Yeah, I think if Maokai's not there, Feng and Stay True just immediately take the kill and start pushing in the wave.
But Maokai shows up, grabs a cleanse. No cleanse, no flash on Varus. This pressure is not going to ease up anytime soon. And anytime he leaves his turret, he's going to need his jungler with him because Maokai will be behind him.
Yeah. At least for this time, though, it should be the dragon picked up for the side of DCG. And For me personally, I think the dragon is worth more. The first dragon's worth more than these void grubs. I think void grubs only become worth it really if you are able to get to the 5 or 6. Where,
yeah, you got to grab both.
Yeah, where we are able to start getting those void mites spawning. But DCG, they might not be able to get this dragon actually.
No smite here.
The fight afterwards could be a little bit scary.
Taco's TP.
Yeah, Taco's teleported in, so they should be able to win the fight. Equalizer does come down, and there's going to be at least one quick kill here for BYG. Taco flashing forward. He's got that burn coming down.
Jace, yeah.
Is going to be able to pick up one. Husha now going to get slowed up by that Electro Harpoon. Flash forward. Snare from Orca and a double kill now for Taco.
Oh, I was looking for a second there like he might TP and get nothing, but he gets 2 kills and Driver just TPs for nothing mid. Maybe just holds the wave.
Yeah, we'll be able to hold the wave, and means that doesn't go down to nothing, but yeah, massive play there for Taco. Would have been an absolute disaster if he wasn't there, and makes the game an even 2-2.
Yeah, Smite is not arriving in time here, so DCG know they can just burst it down. Really nice TP from Taco, honestly. I think a lot of players don't TP so early, but he knows they're going to try to do something. Xin Zhao goes immediately, and it's looking bad initially. But Jace flashes, Maokai has no flash, Taco's able to just flash and, I mean, just slowly...
just burn them down.
Yeah, just slowly take them out. Zyra flash for good measure. He maybe didn't even need to, but Maokai was going to get to the wave W away, so... Yeah,
and it's also scary because he has Phase Rush, so
yeah,
maybe Phase Rush comes off cooldown and he's able to proc it. It's very easy to proc, of course, on Maokai, so... Yeah, I like the flash, I think. Yeah, it's worth it.
Keep it clean. As... Yeah, bot lane's falling a little bit behind, but at least because we're the poke Varus, even from behind, you're going to be able to chuck a couple Qs, get a good ult off, and still feel useful.
Absolutely. Now, Cloth Armor is actually picked up here by Driver, so it might be a little bit of a jinkies. I feel like maybe he has a sustain, to just survive with the Merc Treads and Turtle form, but he's a braver man than I.
Swifty's on Taco.
Yeah.
I don't think Maokai wants any of this heat.
No. Oh my.
Wow.
Okay, Taco does live and has Equalizer, so could still be okay for him, actually. Obviously, it was a close call, but
yeah,
he should be fine to definitely collect this wave and even Equalizer the next wave, which would force Driver to lose out on more minions. See if he does it.
Driver's going to stay, though.
Yeah, he's lurking.
See if he can catch Taco greeting. No, Taco's not falling for it.
Taco might stay once he sees the Udyr. Does he choose not to?
Husha's level 6, he still doesn't win this fight. But Kallista's coming, so is Renata.
Okay. It's going to be Phase Rush procced, and the Nature's Grasp used. 665 will be flashing away. Should get nice and safe, but yeah, Orca with the nice snare. Ooh, the damage from Rend not quite there at this stage of the game, and the Chain of Corruption will go wide,
just
which
misses.
means...
That was actually a kill on Maokai, probably, if he lands that.
Yeah. Well, it was not to be. So, a successful heist here of DCG's blue buff.
Really well played by Beyond. Xin not being 6th there just meant there was no hope of winning that fight. Grabs a blue buff for himself. On the Maokai, 20 CS lead and a kill on the Kalista. It is a champ that needs a lead, but you're going to need to do something to stop it accelerating, figure out a way to get through this lane. As Varus picks up more items, he's going to just be able to one-shot these waves, especially with Zyra's help. And I like the scaling of the lethality Varus and the Zyra over the Renata Kalista, but it's about if they can just survive.
For sure. Now, top has quieted down a little bit from, well, I guess what we saw before, and Taco narrowly avoiding death, but...
Yeah, as Taco picks up items, he's going to become unkillable. Udyr's not going to be building any damage, so as Taco just gets some levels and some HP on his items, he'll be perfectly fine in the top lane. He'll maybe lose trades, but he's never going to die.
Yeah, we'll see what he picks up first, too. I think it will be the Leandries. Makes the most sense. Of course, Relia did pick it up as well in that prior Rumble game. Although Void Grubs for DCG here. So the first 3 picked up by BYG and Husha securing those, but it looks like at least these will remain uncontested.
Yeah.
Orca, though, does have to be careful because 3 Void Grubs certainly are not worth your bot lane dying. That is one thing I know for certain, and Nature's Grasp is going to lock down the whole lane. Also, the hostile takeover comes through. Flash away from Feng. He's able to dodge it out, but there's just so much TC. Feng going to secure himself the kill there as Orca kind of being herded in a way. Everything is connecting here for the side of BYG. Orca's narrowly avoiding death. Does connect. Going to find himself one back. Might be able even to fight two. Sure. Does just survive.
Yeah, played it about as well as you could on DCG with only level 5 on the Zyra there, no Ignite up.
Yeah, they might be able to even claim themselves the second dragon here as won't be contestable by Husha or Feng as they only just able to survive that tower dive. Will be spotted out.
Yeah, here's the replay. They've just... Maybe you have to just not be on your tower. If you're doing the Void Grubs here, you just can't stay.
Yeah. Or maybe your Zyra just has to be there to instantly shove the wave.
Yeah.
Feels hard though, of course.
Yeah, if they knew they were behind them, maybe they could just play up on the wave.
Renata here.
Just keeps her in place. Verisalt actually on the Renata, she ends up just getting ulted by Kalista and it's not very useful. Maybe, maybe could have gone for the Verisalt on a different target.
Ooh. I mean, Orca well played here to get that root and secure themselves at least one kill.
Yeah, almost gets a second, and because the dive is, so messy, takes so long, they're able to pick up a second dragon, which means, this Kalista Snowball, you have more time where you can turtle up in your base and sack objectives if you need to.
Sure, I will be to the tank Maokai this game.
Yeah, Sunfire Cape is interesting when there's a lot of AP on the enemy team.
Yeah, I guess just wanting to be able to duel the Lethality Varus as well as the Xin, of course. And it's time for dive number 4. Tide going to even get stunned up there. Handshake comes through, and Orca will be able to survive thanks to Taco with the teleport. But in the meantime, forcing out that teleport means that Driver's getting a lot of alone time with a tower.
If your mindset is that this Udyr is going to be useless,
Well, 6-5, you've just walked into an Udyr. This is going to be okay. Now, no Nature's Grasp, but the Flash will connect. Strangleform comes out to try and keep himself alive, but the Flash handshake will at least return one. Piercing Arrow also goes wide, so more and more gold getting funneled here onto the bot side for BYG.
Yeah, we kind of needed to be here with someone to protect our bot lane. It's kind of falling apart at this point. Yeah.
And I think the lead that bot lane is quickly accruing has meant that Taco's also finding himself struggling to sort of push the advantage that you often find with a Rumble. Although, Driver doesn't have Ghost, and he is just absolutely eliminated. We saw them tied for solo kills, but Taco now manages to get himself one up, taking out Driver.
Yeah, made it look easy, honestly. Looked like he was just ulting the wave to clear it, but he finds a kill on the Udyr, who is relatively immobile. Once he's overcommitted on the Rumble there, Rumble just overheats and punches him. I think he did have his Leandries finished.
Yeah, and also, I think critically, Driver had used the Ghost. I'm not sure exactly why he used the Ghost. Maybe he was trying to stop Taco's teleport, but wasn't able to. And so, yeah, without the Ghost, and of course being so far up in the lane, Taco was able to just take out and find himself more kills. 3-0 now is this Rumble, and really, the game's starting to feel like it's very much up to Taco to at least bridge the early stages and get Corki as well as Varus to the items they need. Not easy.
Just gotta hang in there.
For sure. And it's not the easiest game for a Kalista as the fight is clearly breaking out. Nature's Grasp comes through. It's going to be Orca going down almost immediately. Teleport coming in now. It will be Driver who is going to arrive here. Taco is also around. There's a lot of spears in him, but the double flash means they will both be okay to just get on out of there. Package available also for Chris Carter. I don't know that with the disadvantage you find yourself with no Orca around that you're going to be able to look for the package angle.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful. Handshake's going to come through. There isn't the follow-up though. Slaytrue actually taking a lot of damage. Now Riftshield will be going down. Do DCG choose to fight, or maybe it's going to be BYG as Husha twisted advances on forward. Package is going to be used defensively.
Zyra's actually back.
Yeah, Zyra's back. Strangleform comes out. There is also an equalizer very, very soon. If Taco's able to get that out, there's a lot of low health bars. He does. It lands onto 3. Stay True is so low. Fing's going to have to flash out, and Husha is going to be going down. That's a shutdown picked up for your AD carry in Tide. Now 116 trades one back, but will also be going down as Chris Carter's able to land that one. And things turning around and DCG finding a way back into this game.
Orca gets picked off early, but he manages to... So this is Orca getting picked off. And I think it was a miracle that they only lost their Zyra here. Jace EQ onto 2, Maokai with a great engage. Chains of Corruption actually land on the Jace. He has to flash out. Yeah, I don't know how they... I guess double flashes and they managed to just lose the Zyra. She respawns, runs in, and yeah, Orca comes back with a vengeance. Manages to land a flash E into an ulti, and yeah, the fight's over at that point. Rumble's following up, Corki's following up.
For sure. Luckily, Package did have to be used defensively here, otherwise it would have been even more disastrous.
Yeah, this was a great package.
Yeah. Making sure that 665 is able to stay in this fight. And yeah, I mean here, fantastic work by Orca, really nice ult, and then
here the fight's over. It's just over once he lands that flash E, using the Zyra really well. Cascada manages to follow up, and I think Jace gets stuck in no man's land with no flash up the top here. Yeah. He does kill the Zyra.
For sure.
But yeah, you're always taking that trade. Rift Herald does go the way of
zooming
Beyond as they charge it into mid. Don't manage to get the tower. You can see the team fight difference here. This is why Beyond needed this early game lead. This is a very strong team fighting comp.
For sure, and Feng is still very strong, but hasn't really found a way to utilize that strength. As third Dragon now alive, it's DCG who are trying to find a way in, but there's a killer instinct. Sorry, the hostile takeover comes through, and Taco's in the middle of the fight. That's a massive shutdown, but a 3-man Stranglethorns might be enough for DCG to just look somewhere in this fight. Fate's call is going to be used there onto Stay True, but he's going to quickly choose not to go anywhere near these 4 men of DCG. It is going to be the Dragon picked up, and a massive shutdown, I believe, was picked up by 116 on the Jace.
I'm really surprised DCG decided to contest that Dragon. There was really no need to. I think they got away with murder on the Rift Herald fight. They managed to stall out for their Zyra and win a big fight. Without flashes, and they have position on the drag, you kind of just can leave it. That was the point of getting these early dragons, is that you're free to scale, give some objectives, play the side lanes, and this Rumble and this Corki pick are going to be monstrous late game.
For sure.
As Corki's going to pick up this tower.
So that's more gold, of course, onto the Corki. He has his Mirror Mana now completed. I believe he is working towards his Malignance. Not often the second item for Corki. I think usually we do see the Eclipse. But
yeah, I've seen a bit of a mix, and I'm not really sure which way around you want to do it. Probably the Eclipse just seems like a stronger item.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the immediate damage you can get off Eclipse is a little better. It's not the hardest to proc on Corki. Of course, the Malignance makes it even easier. But he does complete that Malignance now. So second item on this Corki. Obviously, two items available for this Jace as well. But we'll see who can land more of the poke. Taco, what is he building second? I'm trying to remember.
Is that Riftmaker?
I think it must be right. I think there's only the 2 items that Haunting Guys builds into.
Yeah, I don't love the Riftmaker. I don't think he's not really in these fights for a long time.
No. But I guess it does synergize somewhat with you getting a bit of health, turns into the AP and vice versa. So that is alright.
And I learned today that the damage from the Haunting Guys actually stacks multiplicatively. So I assume Riftmaker and Leandres do something similar.
Hoocher has walked very far forward. Nature's Grasp will come out. Stranglethorns also. Now double teleport will be committed here from the solo laners of BYG as 665 is stuck in a very bad position. Callista's going to be able to use that Ren, pick up that kill. Hostile takeover only connecting onto Orca means only 665 will go down, but certainly low health bars. Equalizer going to be dropped now to clear out this wave to try and save this mid tower. But being a cannon wave, not able to do so.
Good response from Beyond, but I don't know if DCG really have to go for these. They're committing really heavily on these fights. I think the Xin doesn't have to really go in. You know, they're landing the Zyra poke, the Varus poke, and maybe he thought he could turn it into a kill on the Maokai. So we're gonna see what happens. I think it was a Zyra route.
Yeah, I mean, Husha was already looking for something.
Watch the Jace. Yeah, Jace chunks Tide for more than half of his HP, and yeah, he's just out of the fight instantly. Lands a good Q.
Sure. Stay True kind of wasting flash there, which We'll see if DCG are able to punish later on.
Hard when he's got the Callista.
For sure. Fate's Call making pretty much any support a whole lot safer.
Yeah.
Importantly, though, won't have that flash for this dragon and could result in something as Husha blast cones on in from outer space. And I mean, this is the hard part, I guess, is you are on 2 dragons for DCG, but it's very, very difficult for you to walk in if BYG establish control around either the top side jungle or bottom side jungle, because you have to continuously face check into these Maokai saplings, as well as the poke that comes through from 1116 on the Jace. And with opportunity available as well, it's just extra damage.
Yep.
Arguably more than he used to have even last split when he was a top tier pick.
Yeah, I wonder how quickly Beyond can do the Baron. Obviously with Callista you're going to have a good Baron, but the rest of the champs don't really bring that much DPS to the Baron. So DCG look really worried about this Baron vision. Maybe more than they have to be. I don't think if they go for Dragon, Beyond can just do the Baron.
Yeah, for sure. I also think it's pretty impossible for Beyond to ever do the Baron without first killing at least sort of Tide and Taco or Cascada and Taco. I think you need at least 2 of them dead.
Yeah. Just about every champion on DCG's team will make hitting Baron very miserable for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Varus, Zyra, Corki, Rumble. Yeah, they all punish.
Okay. Now, Dragon in 20 seconds, I believe there should be a package available for Cascada. I only remember him using that singular one over on the Rift Herald, and so...
Yeah, it should be up, definitely. I wonder if DCG... Yeah, there it is. Got it. That probably means DCG will contest.
Oh, he's just going to look onto 116 here, possibly. Lands a lot of damage, and... Wow, okay, 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
That's pretty good skill shotting there, although I have now cursed him.
He's running out of rockets.
For sure. Does have package still, and he's playing like he does.
He is completely out of rockets.
So essentially, until this pack... Oh, my...
Big one, yeah.
Yeah, that lands onto Feng, and Feng is sitting in the Malignance. Now, Equalizer coming down also makes this very miserable. Feng is so low. Hostile takeover comes through, but it will not connect onto anyone. But in the meantime, it is going to be at least a Dragon picked up, but a trade for Orca's life as Driver sits in the front of this team. 6-5 is going to go forward. It's a 4v5, remember. No Zyra alive. Flash away from that Fate's Call usage. Taco being the next target, but a lot of return damage coming through here from Cascada. The poke's landing. Driver is slowed, and here comes one more. Is going to be able to take down that Udyr. It's Taco who claims the rewards for that, but massive amounts of poke, fantastic kiting, and a big win for DCG.
Tide almost doing 4k damage that fight, justifying the Varus pick, I guess. He's very behind, but yeah, he top damaged that fight, did a great job. Cascada landing a lot of poke too, and you can just see how impossible it is once DCG are on the objective with all of these zone control champs. Zyra, Rumble, Corki, Varus too. There's just nothing they can do to get in. Like, Zyra goes down short, but she's got her ult off.
Yeah, got the 3-man strangle Fawns, and at that point, I mean, yes, there is continual damage that can come through from Zyra, but certainly did very well.
Xin actually doing such a good job just jumping in, popping his ult, and just wasting time for his poke champs to be able to get damage out. Yeah.
Ooh,
Tide, I don't know if he missed a Q that fight.
Yeah. Cascada barely missing any of his missile barrages too, so fantastic fight from all involved. Very close to the Eclipse now is Cascada on this Corki, and we saw Gory play it earlier today and what the damage looks like once that item is completed, so a very important sort of power spike for this Corki to reach. Of course, even before it, you certainly can't start up this Baron if you are BYG.
Yeah, honestly, I really like the look of the Malignant second that fight. He just was able to get out so many rockets with the ability haste on the item. Yeah. Not so much the little pools it spawns, but just the ability haste.
Yeah, and to be fair, the very first one he landed on Feng. Feng just decided to stand in it the whole time, so...
Yeah, there's always that.
Did find value from it there too. Although possibly shouldn't have, to be fair.
Really big spikes coming up for DCG if they can stall the Baron Beyond, maybe recognizing that and just hitting it.
Are hitting it, and this is getting absolutely destroyed. Yeah, teleport going to be coming through. They should be privy to the idea that it is going down, and there comes the hostile takeover, and it is an absolute heist. Wow. BYG picking themselves up an absolutely free Baron.
Yeah, really decisive by Beyond, and they just get a Baron for it.
Yeah, that is insane.
You're not feeling lost if you're DCG, though. You're still feeling okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks to lose the Baron, but it's not really an objective you are going to be forcing anyway. You're probably just going to be playing around the dragon, waiting for your power spikes. Eclipse about to come in, Muramana about to come in.
Yeah, even could possibly fight instead of giving over objectives or whatnot. You could always look for the angle of a fight.
Yeah.
A good engage, a nice Strangleforms out of Orca like we've seen time and time again. Could just mean you win it and the Baron doesn't become too much of an issue. Although it's very hard to look for a fight, admittedly, against the Maokai. He can just walk up to a tower, press R, and you no longer can sit there and look for it.
Yeah, especially with Baron buff, that Maokai is just a give me this tower button.
Orca, ooh, a little bit scary.
Taco manages to clear most of that wave, not Baroned up.
Okay, I like Orca's itemization here. Picking up the Oblivion Orb means that a lot of the healing that comes through from Feng as well as Husha and Driver will be cut, and Zyra, of course, one of the best champions in the game at applying it.
Oh.
Yeah, Tide has been hit in the head by a shock blast.
Yeah. You were never really, digging your heels in to defend that tower. So you're just showing some presence, hitting the wave, but probably need to go heal as 116 is landing a lot of these Jace EQs.
Ooh. Feng has... yeah, he just got quick scoped.
Yeah, this is not fun to be squishy in this game.
No. Okay. See, I think Feng's health bar is what we need to look for, although Criscata cops his shock blast too, and he's not looking too hot. Taco will have Equalizer available to him if he needs it. Ooh. I was looking for...
Hard to hit the Callista.
Yeah, very difficult. Unless it's my Callista, and then it gets hit by everything.
Jumps into everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big jobs.
Honestly, DCG getting through that Baron, got to be happy with that. They lose one tower. They don't even lose the bot tower.
Yeah, and they can contest this dragon.
Might be hard to. It's a lot better for them if they can be on the objective and they are being walked into.
Yeah, it also depends on package. If package is up and you can find a nice teleport into, say, the mid wards or something akin, then it can look very good. It looks like package will be up. So this could be sort of a game-winning fight for either team, in all honesty. Orca, unfortunately, taking a massive chunk of health.
I'd like to see DCG take this really slowly because you do not have to fight this.
Okay, 665 going to be at the front there. He's... Shock Blast misses, that's big. Criscata also, is he going to... He's getting scarily close to a Maokai.
Yeah. I mean, he's hoping the Maokai W's him probably so he can use the package.
Yeah, drag him in. Okay, 665.
Tide is frontline.
Yeah, Orca's trying to find sort of an angle to maintain health, but... Be able to use his ult at least. Will be the redemption to heal Driver back up, and through comes the Nature's Grasp. It's a good equalizer. It's not going to be the package till yet. It comes through. 1116 does go down. It's going to be 665 forced out of the pit as BYG do burn it down. Rend is going to secure that. Orca flashes forward. He gets the stuns. Feng even flashing over the wall. Does have the ability to revive if too much damage comes his way. Does go away now, though, as 665 still dealing with a lot of people here. Taco, hostile takeover connects onto him as Driver is going to be running forward. Looks like so far it's a 2 for 2. Dragon was picked up, of course, by BYG, sorry. But low health bars, and Criscata still wailing away. It's going to be the piercing arrow that secures that kill there. One more might come through. Taco's going to be taken down maybe by Feng. He's going to get the reset. Yes, he is. And eventually it's 2 kills found by Feng. Tide able to return 1. All things said and done, it's a 4 for 4. And what a massive turnaround there by the Callista.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure who's happy with the fight, with that 2-minute fight maybe. As the Varus Q just misses and 116 is looking for... Tide is in no man's land.
Yeah, Tide is going to be...
Oh, wow. He gets out here. I think if you watch Feng that fight, you'll get a chance to hear. Watch how many quirky rockets he dodges this fight.
Okay.
Tide may be a bit impatient, just ulting the Udyr. They do get a lot of damage out on him, and the fight's looking really good for DCG. So they go on Tide, Beyond do, and then this package here just takes out the Jace, takes out the Maokai. Beyond decide to focus on the Dragon.
1.
And then DCG reckon they've got the fight. Orca, very ambitious flash.
2.
Just got a smart flash immediately.
Yeah. That's 3. 3 rockets dodged. Don't know if I count that one, but we will. That's 4. Oh my god. He actually...
Yeah,
he dodges those.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I want to point out that Tide was pretty much on 1 HP that entire fight too.
Yeah.
Both AD carriers really playing to their limits. This was so insane.
Yeah, that's the power of the Varus though, right? It doesn't even matter that you get him to 1 health. He's still just shooting nukes from the backline.
Yeah, I think finally we're seeing the value in the Varus, and team fight damage is...
Man, what a ridiculous fight by Feng.
It's all coming up thing, really.
This is what he needs to do to be able to win this game, though. He played out of his mind that fight, and he's going to have to. Because if you get hit by the Corki Qs, as you can, or the Corki Rockets, as you can see, yeah, you go down pretty quick.
Yeah, Stay True does have to be careful.
The advantage of the Varus is if you get poked, you can still, you know, throw some back. But Callista, if you take that damage, you're out of the fight.
Yeah, no doubt. Orca as well, I mean,
actually
ambitious.
Goes for Jack Show.
Yeah, I think that's what most Callistas do currently. It synergizes well with the Terminus as well. 6 is 5 going to be looked at. Going to use that Crescent Sweep to get himself nice and safe. Feng as well is going to catch a stray Corki rocket there and gets himself a little bit low. Does have a bit of lifesteal in the kit.
And at this point in the game, any big poke landing...
Stay True's flash with the handshake, and the hostile takeover is huge, but Orca picking up the first kill there onto Husha, and it's 5v4. Feng is still alive. Stay True extremely low here. Going to get that Fate's call. It's going to be the lockup, but it's going to be Stay True going down immediately. Feng finds one in return. It's 4v3 still. Feng alive, Driver alive, and 1116 very, very much alive. Taco now running face first into this Udyr, into this Jace. It looks like we are going to go our separate ways here. It is a win for DCG, but maybe not as convincing as they perhaps would have hoped, as 116 still on the hunt for more.
Yeah, it is so hard for Callista to get autos off in these fights. When DCG are grouped up like that, and they can just stand on top of each other, and how can Callista hit anyone? There's so much damage coming out. 10-1 Callista doesn't seem to even matter. And I thought that fight might go a bit better for Beyond with a massive Renata ult landing, but just well played by DCG.
Yeah, and I want to point out, I think Orca's been playing pretty well this whole game, but his score would not suggest it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these fights, he's just the only person they can kill.
Yeah, and he's also been flashing in to land, you know, all of his CC, and it's been working every time he's done it. So it's kind of that you can kill me and he'll set it up for his team, which, again, has been doing pretty well. So
yeah, Beyond keep meeting them mid. I wonder if they need to try something in the side lane. This is just a really hard way to play against this comp. They have some poke themselves coming from the Jace. Lands on the Corki and Zin.
Yeah, no teleport available for Corki here. Again, one of the key things about Corki is I just always want to know when his package is up. Now, Baron is being started. This time DCG are far closer, but 665 is getting chunked out so much by this Jace. Tide trying to find something to do here. He's actually going to be stuck in the pit. This Nature's Grasp will connect onto a lot of people. Fence comes out, Equalizer comes out, hostile takeover, all comes out, no one going down, but so many low health bars. One Jace Q could be all it takes, and here it comes. Susha comes through, Twisted Advance will come on through. Taco's finding a lot of damage as he goes golden, but 665 is going to be locked up. Feng finding himself that kill. It's all up to Tide and Orca now, as 5 still remain for BYG. Flash forward, but he will not connect on that accelerated shock blast as Tide and Orca still run away with their lives. Maybe the health bars are too low to do this Baron, and BYG instead going to look to pick up themselves the soul point.
Yeah, maybe can't hit the Baron because one Varus Q lands on this Callista and your Baron's over. So they decide to just grab their third dragon. Maybe not the most impactful soul. Chemtech thought of as maybe the least impactful soul.
This game would be crazy with Infernal or Ocean.
Yeah, a heroic flank from Maokai here. I don't know how he manages to not die once he gets this flank off. Beyond just have to hit the Baron. Feng is taking a bit of poke. Another Versal on the Udyr. Okay, finds 3. Nice handshake. This Udyr is actually taking so much damage.
For sure.
A nice flash. This is probably what decides the fight, this flash. Onto the Corki. Taco gets a really nice Zhonya's for a lot of damage, and watch Feng has to flash the Varus Q here. But does it? Feng playing out of his mind and continuing continuing to do so all game.
Oh, this was so close.
Yeah. I wonder if it was really going to be a lot of benefit, as it's DCG hitting the Baron and
This
they
team
do
doesn't
it
even...
quick.
Yeah. This is very surprising. Equalizer comes out. There's no way that BYG are getting into this pit in time. It's going to be picked up, but can they survive now? It's going to be Orca at least getting taken out very quickly. Look to see if he can get his abilities off first. Will be able to, and flash away from 665 means everyone else will survive. So only Orca going down. You've picked yourself up the Baron, which was BYG's main objective really left on the map, and now DCG find themselves pretty comfortably able to defend any pushes, even though it is 4v5. Of course, wave clear coming through from the Varus as well as the Corki.
Poor Orca, just a willing sacrifice all game. Hey.
Yeah. He truly has been, but I mean, it's been working, right?
Yeah.
He gets everything off, dies, and, well, job's done.
The fight they lost, he lived.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's right. Now, ooh. Okay, Criscata, you land those. Oh, there we are. Yep. And there's Jace's health being taken out quite low.
Out of rockets.
Hostile takeover is absolutely massive. Feng is diving into that tower. It's 2 going down. DCG just standing too far up. Feng still going forward. It's going to be the Fate's call. Is not going to use it to dive though, and so DCG will not go down just yet.
He actually lands the Varus ult on the Callista, but doesn't have Q to follow it up. Zyra lands an E as well, but just no Q up on the Varus to follow it up. Otherwise, it would have been at least a massive chunk on the Callista.
Feng realizing it too, not even using the cleanse. Once again, a braver man than I. Now Equalizer comes out. This will defend the tower.
Yeah. You're not, without Baron, you are not pushing into this comp. Varus, Corki, Rumble, even Zyra.
Yeah, you do have to look for the dives. Admittedly, Renata, Maokai are one way to look for a dive, as we're seeing here. Out comes the Nature's Grasp, forces you off that tower. Corki is still not alive, and he is so much of your team's damage. Stranglethorns, though, coming through, and definitely very meaningful. Feng going forward. He's going to get caught by some damage. He's very low. Are they going to find the piercing arrow? Oh, just not going to reach, but Corki has the teleport. Does he have the package? This could be absolutely massive, even game-winning perhaps for DCG. There is no package. Are they going to be able to find the poke on the right members? Driver's just running at this Corki, going to force him away for the rest of the team.
Yeah, heroic by Driver.
Absolutely.
They end up getting an inhib off of DCG, just maybe a silly defend 4v5 on their top tier 2. If they have the Baron, so they can just wait for Zyra to respawn, give up a tier 2, and
even clear it with the Equalizer instead of standing there at the tower.
Yeah, I mean, I think Criscata was trying to hit a pink ward.
Yeah, he was throwing ours at he was throwing his ult at 116 and then just got caught by Mac ult and
got caught up in the poke mini game. Forgot about maybe the state of the game.
I'm actually so excited to see damages this game, because it's going to be insane, because there's just so much like...
I have no idea who's got it right now.
I would hazard a guess at Criscata. Just the frequency of the pokes that can come out.
Somehow, I'm sure it's not the 12-in-1 Callista, though.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah. That's true, actually. I think that's like... Yeah. He'll be 4th, I think. I think Varus and Corki might be higher.
Yeah, Jace is no slouch either, right? Rumble, very high damage comp from DCG.
Oh, there's the rocket landing. It's going to force out a redemption. Of course, 30 seconds now until it will be time for this Dragon Soul. Criscata.
Show with another flank.
Yeah, okay. Nature's Grass coming out. A lot of flashes. Handshake will not connect, which is a massive. Criscata being able to get away from that. 6-5, finding his way onto 116. Getting so low. Equalizer does come out, though, and will not find anything. Orca goes down. And through comes that Fate's call. It's going to find so much damage. Feng is running around this team fight, finding everything he needs. It's going to take a long time, but eventually BYG will find the clean fight. They'll find the engage they need. Feng will find the damage he needs, and they're going to be able to take the game as they march down mid lane.
I mean, Beyond were in a spot where they had to play better. They had to make the outplays, and they pulled it off. I think they're going to be able to end right now.
Yeah. Taco? I mean, he's going to go down, right? Oh, there we go, eventually. Lasted a while, but yeah.
Yeah, no distractions, just going straight for the end.
Will be eventually. It's a 40-minute game. It was very back and forth. There was a lot of skill shots going all over the place, but of course, it is BYG who pick up game number 1. Big performance out of DCG, though. I think seeing a game like